Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to your Notibogota TV news. My name is Vanessa Jaramillo, and I am from a beautiful place in Bogota center town, the Transmilenio Las Aguas station. It is the most recognized station of this massive transit transport. First, a short history about the Bogota transportation will be telling by me. Public transportation in Bogota is relatively recent. In the colony, on foot were mobilized the Santafereños, and if they left the city malls, donkeys and horses were used by them. In these years, the animal tram was arrived. They had driven on wooden rails, while the electric tram had already been inaugurated in Europe. So, 8 years after the start of the contract, the iron rails were imported from England. However, before the Cundinamarca government and the Bogota mayors, many complaints came about the poor condition of the tracks from which the tram passed. The dirt that prevailed, even though the company demanded to complete with the regulation of clothing and behavior to enter the transport, and the low quality of the service. So, the mule tram, the first tram that traveled the streets of the city, was pulled by mules and began its operation on December 24, 1884. This line passed through Plaza de Bolívar, Plaza San Diego, Calle 26, and ended its journey in Chapinero. Later it was expanded to more areas of the city. Now, electric tram, years later in 1810, to the city was arrived the electric tram. Displacing vehicles drawn by animals, in turn to the Bogota Municipal Tram Company, was born. This allowed the routes to be extended to more neighborhoods. About 29 electric cars were implemented in 1922. So, in 1928, several tram cars were born due to public orders events that were unleashed by the murder of the liberal caudillo Jorge Eliezer Gaitán on April 9th. But it was in 1951 when the tram stopped working in the city by decision the mayor of that time, Fernando Masuera Villegas. Finally, trolley buses. In 1948, the trolley buses were begun to operate in Bogota, which were vehicles powered by electricity and were operated by the Distrital Transportes Urbanos. In 1991, these vehicles stopped rolling and the company that operated them was liquidated. For years, private entrepreneurs were carried out to the collective transport until in 2010, during the first mayor of Enrique Peñalosa, Transmilenio began to operate as mass transport mode that sought to offer a comfortable, safe, and modern service too. On December 18, the fifth route began to operate with 14 buses between the 80 and 60 streets on the Caracas trunk. During this period, the trunk lines were delivered: Auto Norte, Calle 80, and Caracas. Currently, the system has 115.1 kilometers of trunk road operation, 12 trunk lines in operation, 158 stations, 9 garages, and then garage yards. At the present time, the people have chosen to use some different means of transport to be mobilized around the city. For example, we can find the taxi, private vehicles, public service vehicles, and one of means of transport very practical and facilitated the mobility in the city, such as the bicycle. The people prefer to take the bicycle and don't stay hours in a terrible traffic. That's all. Vanessa Jaramillo was presenting this report to the Notibogota TV News. Have a nice day.